Welcome to church, Talking Boxing, Monday night edition. If this is your first time watching, don't sweat it. We do the same thing every week. Sundays are for results. Mondays are for the schedule. Questions, comments, if you got them, drop them. If you need a link for a fight, send me a DM. And last but not least, share something of mine. Anything. There's plenty of posts. Okay, so before we get started, quick mention. Zuffa Boxing went down yesterday. The card was okay. I'm not crazy about the Sunday night boxing, to be honest. Not really my thing. But I guess for the foreseeable future, that's the way it's going to be with Zuffa. Now, as far as Jay Opatea being the killer that he is, having two belts or one belt or now only a Zuffa and ring belt. But in order to get the ring belt, you got to be pound for pound, and I don't know if Ring Magazine's going to change the way they do their rankings, considering I don't think Brandon Glanton's close to being in the top 5. Anyway, we'll see how that works out. But as far as Jay Opatea's fight went, it went okay. He's not the killer that they say he is. He looked a little dry. There was a little pressure on him, but overall he did good. That being said, I think Ryan Rodzicki against him is a fucking barn burner of a fucking fight. Man, there's so many possibilities right now. It's just really, really interesting. Okay, so before we get started, before we go too far, that is, let's get started with this week's schedule. Friday night, Pro Box TV on YouTube. It's free. It's from Kissimmee, Florida. The undercard, a bunch of guys with less than 10 fights. Pretty much par for the course with them. Main event's going to be Najee Lopez, 15-0 at 175 pounds. He's going to be taking on Manuel Gallegos, 22-3-1. They're doing 10 rounds. We'll see what the undercard gives. There's nothing else on Friday night, so they got carte blanche. Saturday afternoon, we got a couple choices. First up, Bilbao, Spain. It might be on the zone, but it depends on the broadcast. Either way, if you're interested, hit me up. Undercard's a little bit more of the same. You know, a bunch of people on the undercard trying to make a name for themselves. But the main event, John Fernandez, 28-3 against Somay Bilal, 18-1. It's for the European 140 title. I've watched John Fernandez reach the top, scale back a little bit, reach the top again, scale back a little bit. Here we are. Chances are the winner of this will probably get another shot here. So John Fernandez, definitely an interesting candidate. Oh, nice. All right. So just having a little issue here. Give me a second. All right. Where are we? Dickens versus Cacace, Dublin, Ireland, on the zone. Saturday afternoon with Queensberry Promotion, Frank Warren. Bunch of young cats on this. We're not going to run through the whole thing, but there might be a couple of interesting people to mention next week. That being said, Jono Carroll, veteran, 25-3-1, going to be taking on Colm Murphy, 16-0. IBO super featherweight strap on the line, 130 pounds. IBO super lightweight strap, 140. Pierce O'Leary, 18-0, taking on veteran Maxi Hughes, 29-8-2. And then the main event, WBA super featherweight title, Jazza Dickens, 36-5 against Anthony Cacace, 24-1. Solid tilt right there. Good night of fights in Dublin, technically for us in the afternoon. Speaking of nights, Golden Boy back on the zone Saturday night from the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. Undercard a little bit more the same as everyone else. We'll see if there's somebody to bring back home to next week's show. But nice veteran versus veteran shot here. Alexis Rocha, 25-2-1, going to be taking on Joseph Jojo Diaz, 34-8-1. That's a solid fucking tilt. Oscar Collazo, 13-0 Puerto Rican at 105 pounds, taking on Jesus Haro, 13-3. WBO and WBA strawweight straps on the line. Then we got the ladies. Gabriela Fundora, undefeated in 17 outings, going to be taking on Viviana Ruiz, 10-2. The undisputed flyweight title on the line there. They're doing 10 rounds. And then the main event, Arnold Barboza, 32-1 against Kenneth Sims, 22-3-1, 147 pounds, 12 rounds. on the zone Saturday night. But we're not done. If you haven't gone to bed when that's done, somewhere around early morning, somewhere around 3 a.m. to be precise, Sunday morning, from Japan, Kanagawa, Yokohama, Tokyo. We got a couple fights on here. WBA strawweight title. Ruiz Matsumoto, 7-0, taking on Yuni Takada, who's 16-9. Tamamanun Nyongtrung, 29-1, is going to be taking on Sochiki Iwata, 15-2, WBC flyweight strap, so 105, 108 pounds. Then we got a WBC world flyweight, 112 pounds, Anthony Olascuraga, 11-1, going to be taking on Jukia Limora, 9-1. Then we got Riku Masuda, 9-1 against Nonito Donaire, 43-9. Nonito still going at it, and that's how we're closing out the show. Good weekend of box. We got some stuff to watch, I guess. The weekend won't be too dull. Guys, that's it for me. Same as usual. Life is short. Be good to yourself and others. I'll see you guys soon enough.